Alright guys, is everyone here? Waiting for everyone to go. Currently we did have the internet hookup. Sorry about that. There was really nothing I could do. Honestly, I tried to do whatever I could to fix that situation, but there was really nothing I could do. Alright guys, hopefully everyone's here. Hopefully we're good to go. What happened, guys? I see some come on and that kind of thing, but I'm here now, right? So come on. What happened? I'm not entirely sure what happened. I tried to fix the stream, fix the link. Guys, come on, what happened? Is everyone good? I believe the Q&A is there. Screencast is there. How is everyone? Finally, what happened? Alright. Is the video up, guys? The video up. Everyone's good. Finally, it's the key to go. Everyone got that? Done? Is everyone done? We're all here. Good. We're waiting for more people. Shafeen, everyone, sorry about that. A lot of hiccups. Yep, an hour and 10 minutes gone to waste. That is true. Sorry, guys. I couldn't, initially we had that internet problem and, I tried to fix it, but clearly it completely dropped on me. There's nothing I could do to inform you guys that, the internet had dropped. So, I just called my boss to make sure that just in case, your parents called, that should be able to inform them. I did go on to, fix the internet. I called a couple people, in that short time span, and they were able to get the internet up and running. Hopefully we can have a productive session until 3 p.m. That's still a good 3-hour session, so it's not bad. But let's get to work soon. All right, guys. Hopefully everyone is back, right? Hopefully I was able to get all of you guys. Sorry about the delay. Sorry about the wait. Sorry about, all of that. Really, these situations were, kind of like not under my control, so I really couldn't, account for them. I should have, had them in mind though. All right. Is everyone here? Stupid internet. All right, cool. Everyone here? All right, guys. Let's just get to work. All right. I'm just waiting for everyone else. I did message everyone. Hopefully, everyone gets those messages though. I don't know if they get them. Let me just send it again. I think Mazad left. Okay, let's see if we can get him back. Alright guys, I'm not really gonna wait for everyone else now because we already did we already pretty lost at that. I'm just gonna wait for everyone. I'm not gonna wait for everyone actually. I'm just gonna just continue on, trudge on. So let's just continue. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. So we'll just continue. We have number 25, right? If 3/8 inch on a scale drawing is equivalent to 1 foot at a full scale, what distance on the drawing will stand for 40 inches? Oh, you're here. Good job, Mazad. Okay. Now we know that 3/8 inch is equal to 1 foot. We're looking for 40 inches though. That means that 3/8 inch is equal to 12 inches. In the actuality, right? I'm just trying to make sure that we keep them a little bit separate. So now we need to make this 40, right? So we have what? Well, how do we make this 40? Well, what's 40 divided by 12? Well, 12 into 40 is going to be what? Well, we have 3, and then we're left with 36, and then we have 4. 4 over 12 is what? 1/3, right? So if we multiply this times 3 and 1/3, we will get our answer, right? So we have to multiply this times 3 and 1/3. 12 times 3 and 1/3 is equal to 40, as we can see here, right? 3 times 12 is 36. We're left with the remainder 4. 4 over 12 is 1/3, right? So 3 and 1/3 times 12 is going to be 40 inches. So we have to multiply this times 3 and 1/3. Well, 3 and 1/3 is equal to 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. That's equal to 10 over 3. So it's going to be 10 over 3 times 3 over 8. and that's 30 over 24, which is going to be 15 over 12. And that we can simplify to 3 into 15 is 5, and 3 into 12 is 4, and that's going to be 1 and 1/4, right? That's going to be 1 and 1/4. Everyone got that? 1 and 1/4, and that's right there. Right, so just make sure you have your proportion set up. Got it, guys? All right, moving on. Over here, we have 6 divided by 1/3 plus 2/3 times 9. Over here, you really want to be able to use your PEMDAS, right? So 6 divided by 1/3 plus 2/3 times 9. You're going to do this part first because you have the division there. Well, how do you do your division using fractions? Well, you do keep, change, flip. So you keep 6, you change that to multiplication, and you flip that to become 3. Then you do this part, plus 2/3 times 9, right? 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus what? 2/3 times 9. Well, 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. What's 18 plus 6? 24. Everyone got that? 24 is our answer, H. Can everyone see? Is everyone good? Everyone good, guys? Is everyone good? Can everyone see everything? Just use the Q&A feature, right? That's usually a good way to contact, right? Use the Q&A feature. Use the Q&A feature, guys. Can you explain 26 a bit better because I'm not good with PEMDAS? Yeah, sure. So we have 6. Hold on. We have 6 divided by 1/3 plus 2/3 times 9. Right? 6 divided by 1/3. Well, you're going to do this part first. Why? Because PEMDAS says we do parentheses first. We don't see any parentheses. Then we do exponents. We don't see any exponents. Then we do multiplication and division from left to right. So we see division. So we're going to do the division first, right? Even though multiplication should come first, because multiplication, division from left to right. So they're like on the same level, right? So 6 divided by 1/3. Well, that's going to be 6 times 3, right? Keep in mind that just because multiplication is first in PEMDAS doesn't mean multiplication always comes first. It depends on whichever comes first from in order, right? Since we have division first here, we're going to do division first, and then we're going to go on through that multiplication over here. See that? So that's going to be 6 times 3 plus. We're not going to do any adding yet. And then we're going to do this. Now, 2/3 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now, we do this first because multiplication should happen before addition, right? So 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. Got it? All right, guys. That's the other questions. All right, good. Okay. Now, moving on. Let's just continue on. Again, obviously, okay, here's the answer key, right? You guys can check your answer. Keep in mind that don't always use the answers. Try to pay attention to the video because yesterday, remember, we caught, I forget how we caught. I think like Lalone and Mingmar using the answer key, and obviously that didn't work out so well because there was like a wrong answer in the answer key, right, guys? So don't always trust answer keys. It's not always the most reliable. Okay, now let's continue with the scrambled paragraph, right? All right, so we have a scrambled paragraph here. Now let's read the topic sentence. Humans like to categorize, to give names to things and ideas, to put like with like, and having done so to draw conclusions. Right? Okay. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to try to classify this scrambled paragraph. What happened on the diagnostic was that a lot of you got a majority of the scrambled paragraphs wrong, right? And that's understandable because if you mess up one of the letters, you still get it wrong. There's no partial credit, right? So it's very careful. It's very important to be very careful when you're doing these kind of paragraphs, right? Make sure there's no gaps in knowledge or whatever, right? So now let's look through our answer choices. In our topic sentence, we talk about humans and what they like to do, right? To give names to things and ideas and whatever, right? Now, politicians are often endomorphs. Why are we calling politicians endomorphs, right? That doesn't really make sense. How about R? From early times on, scientists have divided people. Whoa, that kind of makes sense because from early times on seems to suggest that, yeah, historical from the start, right? And what also seems to make sense is that scientists have divided people into three body types. What does that sound like? That sounds like categorizing, right? So that seems to work. Let's just look at if there's any better ones. It keeps buffering. Hey, haha, Lolo and Mingmar, I caught you. Okay, it keeps buffering. That could be your internet. How about everyone else's? Is there anyone else's buffering? I hope it's not. All right, let's continue though. Okay, so after let's keep going. In actuality, most of us are a combination of types. Well, that could work, but what types? But they need not detract from fitting our acquaintances. Well, I'm not entirely sure what type. All right, let's continue. While the names and descriptions have slightly changed over the year, what persists are the three basic descriptions. Well, that kind of works right after R, right? Because it says we have three body types, and then it says, what persists are the three basic descriptions. So we know that, we can have R first, then we can have T. While the names and descriptions slightly changed, what persists are the three basic descriptions. What are the three basic descriptions? New, it mentions that. See that, guys? Not too bad. Right? And that's why U is third, right? Briefly, these are as follows: endomorph, thick-bodied, right? And keep in mind, that's a general scramble paragraph trend, right? Remember what I said? The last part of the preceding sentence, which is T and U are linked, right? The last part of the preceding sentence, T, connects directly to the first part of the next sentence, U. See that, guys? So the last part of T connected to the first part of U. So after we have R, T, and U, it gives us examples, right? Endomorphs, mesomorphs, and ectomorphs we now know from this. So there's a good link. So that's why 4 is Q. And then 5. In actuality, most of us are a combination of types, combination of these three types. Everyone got that? That's cool. Okay, I'm obviously looking at all your questions, but I think they're like all like fun questions, not really any, can you explain something or something questions. So I'm just gonna ignore them for now. All right. Let's continue. Okay. So number 2, the First Amendment to the Constitution, which states that Congress may not make laws establishing or preventing any religion, seems clear enough. Yet through the years, thousands of hours of lawyers and judges' time and millions of dollars have been spent on trying to interpret or get around it, or even get around it. Okay. More recently. That's interesting. More recently than what? Usually this is not gonna come first. More recently than what? Okay, so that's not a good first sentence. How about R? Likewise. Likewise, the distribution of textbooks by state boards to parochial schools. That doesn't work. Likewise to what? That's a good transition, but it doesn't work. We started late, so do we end late as well? Today we're not gonna end late. I mean, honestly, I would love to end late, and I'd love to, teach you guys for a while. But I actually have a class to teach at 4 to 6 at the center, right? So that's why we cannot end late today. If we don't catch up to what we have to, be on, I might extend. I'll try to extend like tomorrow's session or something. USRQT is the next one. That is correct. Right? One problem arises from the fact, well, let's try not to, get ahead of ourselves. So the First Amendment to the Constitution, which states that Congress may not make laws establishing or preventing any religion, seems clear enough. Yet through the years, thousands of hours of lawyers and judges' time and millions of dollars have been spent on trying to interpret or even get around it. One problem, so this is one of the problems that have been, talked about by the lawyers and the judges, right? That's why U is first. Right? A lot of you put R first. R doesn't work as first. Uses where's the link for, but okay. R doesn't work as first because we're not entirely sure what likewise is. Likewise, the distribution of textbooks. Likewise, well, what is compared to the distribution of textbooks? There's nothing we know in the topic set is that could connect to the that could connect to that. So we know that U is first. after U, we have S, right? The public busing of children to religious schools, which has been banned in some states but approved by the U.S. Supreme Court, has led to constant legal battles, right? And that is exactly an example of U, right? Because in U it says pertains only to the federal, not state governments. Federal as a national level, right? So there's some laws that are, in the states that are not approved by the U.S. Supreme Court. Got it? So that's why we have U.S. Then after this, right? We can talk about Q. Well, let's take a look. Q. More recently, the problem. Well, we're not entirely sure what more recently is, so we can't really say Q just yet. R. Likewise, the distribution of textbooks by state boards to parochial schools, even non-religious books, has been opposed along with the right. There we go, right? So we know why. Likewise, because something was banned in some states but approved by the U.S. Supreme Court. See that? And and there's similar situation here, right? Has been opposed. Got it? That's why that's third. So after that, we can say what? Well, more recently, the problem of school prayer, even silent trying in public schools, has been a political campaign. Okay, so now stemming away from the fact that it's just a problem and is going on to the idea that, hey, not only is it just a problem, but it's also, going into political campaigns and that kind of thing. So that's the fourth Q. And then T, President Bush. Why is it bringing President Bush? Has brought a new challenge to the amendment to permit government funding for use in child work. On why? Well, it gives an example of that political campaign. Got it? I'm just taking a look at the question to make sure that we're good. Okay, looks like everyone is good. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the logical reasoning questions, right? All right, now we know what. One day this week, Letitia went to the doctor, ate lunch at her favorite restaurant, and had her hair cut. The restaurant is open Tuesday through Saturday. The hairdresser is closed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The doctor has hours on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. What day of the week did Letitia do all these things? Well, we know that the doctor is what? The doctor has hours on Monday. I can't do that. Has hours on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We know that the hairdresser is closed Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So the hairdresser only works on Wed, Thursday, Friday, Sat, Sun, and that's it. No, wait, not doesn't work on Sunday, right? Closed on Sunday. So keep that in mind. The restaurant is open Tuesday through Saturday. So the restaurant, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, we know what? That it can't be Monday because this isn't open on Monday. It can't be Tuesday because this isn't open on Tuesday. It could be Thursday because this is open Thursday, this is open on Thursday, and this is open on Thursday. So it's the only day. Thursday is the only day that all three are open. So it's the only day that Letitia could do everything. Yes, 3 is easy. Let's move on. Number 4. Callie and Jojo are not the same sex, but they have the same mother. Piper and Imu were married and later got divorced. Jojo and Piper got married and Piper gave birth to twins. If all of this is true, then it is possible that, well, okay, so we know that Callie and Jojo come from the same parents, right? We know that Piper and Umu were married and later got divorced. Jojo and Piper got married and Piper gave birth to twins. If all of this is true, which of the following is possible? Well, let's take a look. How about F? Jojo is Imu's sister. Not quite, because we know that what? We know that, well, we kind of have to figure stuff out, right? We kind of have to figure like who has kids and that kind of thing, right? So you kind of have to figure out, who's a boy, who's a girl. Yes, right? Precisely. And so 4 is a little bit complicated. So, but they all have the same mother. Now, Piper and Nemo were married and later got divorced. Jojo and Piper got married, and Piper gave birth to two twins, right? So let me try to redraw the diagram. It seems like we kind of have to figure out, like who's the brother, who's the sister. So you have to pay attention to, sex, right? Now, we know what? Piper gave birth to two twins. So Piper is a woman, right? That makes Jojo a male. So Piper, male, and Jojo. Wait, Piper is a female, right? Wait, Piper gave birth. Yeah, Piper is a female. My bad. Piper is a female. That makes Jojo a male, right? That makes Jojo a male, and then what happens? Yeah, okay. We know what? Jojo and Piper got married. That's good. Piper gave birth. Okay. Now we know what? Piper and Umu. Well, Piper is a female, so Emu must be a male. And we know what? Piper and Emu are married. We know that Caleb and Jojo are not the same sex. So Callie must be a female, right? But we know that Callie and Jojo have the same mother, and that's a female. So can Callie be Emu's brother? No, Callie was a female. Emu is Jojo's brother. Can that be it? Well, yeah, they're both male. That works. How about Jojo is Piper's sister? Jojo is a male. That doesn't work. Emu is Callie's sister? No, Emu is a male. After Jojo is Emu's sister? No, Jojo is a male. Everyone got that? Can Jojo be a female? No, Jojo can't be a female because Piper gave birth to twins, right? So Piper gave birth to twins. So if Piper gave birth to twins, that makes Piper a female, right? Because only females give birth. And if Jojo and Piper got married, that means that since Piper is the female, Jojo is the male. Got it? Yeah, Jojo is a male. Well, we knew that. Jojo is a male. Yeah. Because since Piper gave birth to twins, Piper must be a female. And since Piper got married to Jojo, Piper's the female, Jojo is the male. Got it? And since Callie and Jojo are not the same sex, since Jojo is a male, Callie is a female. Got it? That makes J the correct answer. Is everyone on the same page for that one? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Let's continue, guys. Make sure you understand this. Make sure you draw your diagrams well. Make sure you kind of, figure things out. Whoa, this is one long code game. All right. Now, we have what? We have the problem below uses a code where one letter stands for a word and only that word. Each line of letter represents the specific words in the line directly below. A letter may or may not appear directly above the word it codes for. Okay, so now which letter could represent the word bats? Now, let's take a look. Well, we know, what do we do whenever we see 5? Yeah, 5 is D. Good job. Yeah, so what do we do whenever we see a code game? We look at the third rule. A letter may or may not appear directly above, right? So we know that means F could be bats. F doesn't have to be bats, though. So where do we see bats? Well, bats is in the first sentence over here. We also see bats over here. We don't see bats in the second sentence. So now what do? We look for which letters are in common in the first and third sentence, where bats are, obviously. Well, F is one of them. How about G? G is not here. How about O? O is not here. How about P? P is not here. How about R? R is here. How about Q? Q is not here. How about H? H is not here. How about K? K is not here. Right? Now, it can't be R because R is here, and there's no bats here. Right? So it can't be R, so it must be F, making D the correct answer. Good job, guys. All right. let's move on. We have this reading passage. Now keep in mind that this is actually a very weird code game. I know it's pretty easy. It is pretty easy, but it's a very weird code game because on the SHSAT, I don't think the RQM the Peterson's book did a good job of replicating the SHSAT. On the SHSAT, every single sentence will have the same number of words. Got it? So you won't have like one 5-word sentence, and you won't just have like another 8-word sentence. Got it? They will have the same number of sentences, same number of words, and also the questions are closer to what we do for classwork than what this book suggests it is, right? So keep that in mind. It's a little bit inaccurate. Now we can go on to doing the reading passages, right? Reading passages are cool. All right, but shouldn't we eliminate everything in the second sentence first? As in, like, eliminate what from the second sentence? Eliminate like, you want to eliminate that from the answer choices or something? We can eliminate everything in the second sentence first for number 5, but the best way to do it is whenever they ask you like what letter or word could be a letter or what letter could be a word, you look for that word in the sentences. You see which sentences contain that word. In our case, it was sentence 1 and sentence 3. Then you see which letters are common, right? And then you eliminate R because R is in the second sentence, and since R is in the second sentence and bats is not in the second sentence, R cannot be bats. Got it, guys? Not too bad. All right. Okay. Moving along. So we have this reading passage, right? And now, I've suggested a ton of techniques for the reading passage, but the idea about the reading passage is, well, what should we do? We should go quickly initially. We should only pay attention to like the main ideas, right? Don't pay attention to specific numbers or specific whatever. Just pay attention to like the main point of every paragraph, and that's about it, right? Make sure when you do that initial read of the passage that you kind of know where everything is. Like, you know where it talks about each topic, right? Let's say it talks about animals, you know what paragraph talks about animals in. If you don't think you can remember that, write it on the side. It's called annotating, right? Or you can underline the word, whatever it is that lets you remember where things are. But shouldn't we eliminate everything in the second sentence first? I'm not entirely sure. No, we don't have to eliminate everything in second sentence first. Got it? I'm just gonna, there's a lot of questions here. Let me just clean them all out. Got it, guys? Just give me a second. I'm just gonna clean them all out, just so we know we have a clean slate. Got it? You don't have to use the procedure I taught you guys. I think that's the best way to go about code games. So let me just, I'm just cleaning out the questions box. The questions box is clean. Well, this is pretty long. I don't think Javid is here, right? Javid, are you here? I really don't believe Javid is here. Tayfur, are you here? Tayfur, are you good? Take a couple seconds to finish up on all of these comments. I'll just have to clean the comment box. Six is F. Let's see. Okay, clean the comment box now. All right, so let's see. 6 is F. Good reading. 6 is F. All right. What we could do here is we could take turns. So I want you guys to read the passage individually, and then I want each person to contribute one answer for the passage. Got it? So Mazad already did number 6, so he doesn't have to do anything else for that passage, right? Everyone else, stay tuned and do 7 through 9, right? So I want each person to contribute one answer. Got it? So each person can contribute an answer to a question, and then they're good for the reading section. Got it? Let's try to look back in the passage. Remember, always look back in the passage. Cross out wrong answer choices. You have to do that, guys. Always look back in the passage. Got it? All right, Lon. Yep. 6 is F, right? 6 is F. I confirm that. So let's work on 7 through 9 now individually. All right? Yes, Nisa. All right, 7 is D. Yes, 7 is D. That's good. That's good. Eight is K. Yes, 8 is K. Good job, guys. Keep in mind that the RQL reading comprehension is pretty easy, so we shouldn't be too confident, all right? Nine is A. Yes, that is correct. You hate the internet. What's wrong with your internet? 9 is A. Yes, that's correct, guys. Let's do 10 through 13. Did you ask it 10 minutes ago? What did you ask 10 minutes ago? 8 is K? Well, let me see if that's lagging. It shouldn't be, though. I see. Okay, this is a little bit better. 10 is F. Yes, 10 is F, guys. What? 9 is A? Never mind, it is A. What? 10 is F, guys. My mouse clicks random places. Cool. Good job, Lone. I want you to, quote, reference paragraphs, where I think is a very good habit. 11 is C. Congrats, Shafin. Right? It is a very good habit. Reference paragraph. That's always a good thing you guys should be doing. Ten F, 12 G. That's it. Yes, 12 is G, 10 is F. Then we're good to go. We're waiting on number 13, right, guys? It shouldn't be the same people participating. Let's have other people participate, guys. Come on, let's step up to the plate. Or I said step up to the plate like yesterday. All right, come on. Let's do this, guys. The reading comprehension, I want you guys to be able to do individually. You guys are pretty good actually on the diagnostic. Few of you got some of them wrong, and some, but like just try to be a little more focused. 12 is J. No, 12 is not J. Let's go over it. Just because we got the one wrong, but just make sure we go over it. All right. So 12 says how many lawyers helped Walter. Well, you say J, right? Well, let's take a look. 13 is C. Good job, Frizana. No. Where do you see J? Take a look at lines 21 to 25. It says the parents. It says that the parents had the ACLU lawyers, not Walter. The parents are against Walter. 13 is C and 8 is K. Yeah. 12 is G, not J. All right, yeah, good job, Lalon. Catching your mistake. Is 13 C? Yes, 13 is C. All right, guys. Just hash up the reading section. Make sure we all know it. You guys want to go on to math? Therefore, Tayfur says I can't watch the video or hear anything. Tayfur, well, I don't know if I should say anything because that wouldn't necessarily help him. So let me just help him. Just 1 second, guys. Tayfur, you just helped him out. All right, are we good to go, guys? Yes, let's do math, guys. Let's do math. All right, let's move on. Back to work here. All right, done with the reading. Back to math, right? All right, let's get the math done. Okay. Ready, guys? 14. So, okay, so 14 says if x is equal to 1 over x squared, then 2 plus 3 is equal to what? Well, obviously you want to just plug in for x, right? It's not too bad. It's pretty easy. So 2, so we know that box 2 is equal to 1 over 2 squared, and box 3 is equal to 1 over 3 squared, right? So 1 over 2 squared is 1 over 4. 1 over 3 squared is 1 over 9, right? And then we do 1/4 plus 1/9, and then we do 9 over 36 plus, well, my handwriting is just atrocious. 36 plus 4 over 36 is equal to 13 over 36, right? I don't think we can simplify that, so F is the correct answer. Haha. Alright, just give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can make my writing a little bit better. I think that's because I turned on like Energy Saver yesterday. Okay, everything is good. Okay, 15. If there are 30 students in the class, yes, 15 is C. Because 12 over 30 is equal to 40%. That is right. Yeah, Raima's right. 18 of them are boys. So what percent is girls? Well, 12. 12 out of 30. Well, yeah, Raima's right, precisely. What I would do is I would divide by 3 over 3 to make that denominator 10. So when I do that, I get 4 over 10. And we know that 4 over 10 is just 40%. Got it, guys? That's what I would do. Good job, Naima. All right, moving on. Number 16. The area of a square rug with sides of 3 feet are what? Now, take a look. It says all of your answers are in inches. Everyone sees that? All of your answers are in inches. Now, we had a question like this in diagnostic, and some of you asked me, hey, did you get your units wrong? And that's not quite it. Sometimes they want you to convert. So we know that 3 feet long, 3 times 12 is equal to, well, there's 36 inches. Now, we just do 36 times 36. And I know it's going to be like a big number. So I'm just going to say it's going to be K. Got it? Keep in mind that it is always a little bit difficult when you're dealing with the conversion of units. You see how before I converted the inches and then I multiplied? Let's say you converted first. Let's say you multiplied first and then you converted. So let's say you did 3 feet times 3 feet. And that would be equal to 9 feet. Keep in mind, here's the problem. If 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, 1 square foot is equal to 12 square inches. So 1 square foot is equal to 144 inches. And a lot of you don't know that. Got it, guys? And 9 times 144 would give you the same answer. Keep that in mind. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 square foot is equal to 144 inches, right? So keep that in mind. So let's say you didn't convert first. Let's say you just multiplied first. So you did 3 feet by 3 feet, and you had 9 feet. Well, the answers are all in square inches, so we know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, so 1 square foot is equal to 144 inches. And then you just multiply that by 9. So multiply this by 9. 9 times 144 would also give you 1,296. Got it, guys? So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Okay, moving on. All right, so what do we have here? Moving on, we have 17 is on the bottom, maybe? Okay. 19 and 1/4 minus 7 and 1/3. Come on, guys. Just something you guys could do, right? Something you guys could really easily do, right? So what do we have? Well, honestly, I would just do some. Well, I would well, you can make. There's a lot of ways you could do this because it's so easy, right? You can make it in proper fractions. First, do 4 times 19, which is like 76. And then 76 plus 1, which is 77. So you could do 77 over 4 minus 22 over 3. And then you could do it from that way. And you guys know how to do it that way, right? You guys could also do, what I would do is I would actually do something like regrouping. I know 19 and 1/4 is equal to 18 and 5/4, right? So I took 1 away from 19, and I made that 4/4. 4/4 plus 1/4 is 5/4. And I had 7 and 1/3. 18 minus 7 is 11. and now all I have to do is 5/4 minus 1/3. And I can do it that way and add that on. A lot of ways you could do this problem. Very easy though, right? Some of you might want to just convert to improper fractions and then subtract, right? Because that's what's most common. And if that's easy for you, you should definitely do it. Got it, guys? I just got an email. Let me just double check, make sure it's not one of you. Oh, I got a new subscriber. Let me double check it's not one of you. It is okay, that's not a problem. Okay, let's move on. All right, guys. Let's keep on doing it, right? 18 square root 80 is between what? Over 8 is between what? Well, we know square root 80. Well, what do we know? Well, we know that square root 80. Well, square root 81. Square root 80 is very close to square root 81. Typher said that a while ago. I know that alone. Okay, so square root 80 is close to square root 81, and that makes it, very close to 9. 9 over 8 is just a little more than 1, right? Gee. Let's move on. Is everyone getting it so far? I see, Q&As and stuff. Everyone getting it? We're good to go? Number 19. Two numbers are in the ratio 2 to 3. If the larger number is 45, the smaller numbers, well, we know two numbers in ratio 2 to 3. Larger number is 45. Well, how do you go from 3 to 45? Well, you multiply by 15 to get to 45. 15 times 3 is 45. Well, what do you think you have to do on this end? Multiply by 15. 15 times 2 is 30. That's the answer. Got it, guys? Not too bad. Is everyone getting it? Q&A, guys, use the Q&A, right? I don't see anyone using it, so that's why I'm a little bit worried. Is everyone getting it? Are we good to go? What's the connection? Well, what's happening? Everyone getting it? We good to go? Yes, guys, yes. Guys. Is everyone good? Everyone getting it? Yes, no, no. Guys, are we all here? Guys, are we all here? Guys, I'm getting more viewers, but are we all here? Use the Q&A feature. Make sure I know you're here. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. My chat is definitely slow. I'm looking at this now. Got it? It's better. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, 20 is H. Good job, guys. 20 is H. Yeah. Good job. Sorry, guys. I was looking at it. I don't know. My one wasn't. My one wasn't working. My chat wasn't working, but I loaded up your chats, so that's good. All right. 21. Let's do 21. Sorry, guys. Okay. 21. If the ratio of AB to BC is 2 to 3, then what percent is BC of AC? Oh my god. Alright, so we know what? We know that that's 2 to 3, so it's asking what percent is BC of AC. So we know that BC is 3x and AC is 3x plus 2x, right? So what does that mean? That means that we have 3x over 5x. That's 3 over 5, which is 6 over 10, which is 60%. Got it, guys? D. Got it, yeah. 21 is D. Good job. 22. If 2% of a number is 10, then 50% of the same number is what? Well, we know that 2% of a number equal 10. Well, how do you get to 50? Well, multiply by 25, right? 25 times 2% is 50. So 50%, well, I have to multiply this by 25 too, right? 25 times 10 is 250. Got it, guys? All right, moving on. 23. The following triangles are similar. Find the missing side that is labeled X. Well, they're similar. That means that they're in the same ratio, right? So that's really what we're looking for. Now, take a look. We have to look at corresponding sides to figure out the ratio. See how that's 10? And then see how that's 25? Well, do it that way. 10 over 25, so we have the smaller triangle over the larger triangle, is equal to smaller triangle over larger triangle, so 5 over x. Now, what do you think you're going to do? Cross multiply. I think you should refresh because you're answering everyone late. I'm good now, I think. Sorry for that. Yeah, you were right. I was answering everyone late because my version of the broadcast wasn't working out well. I think this is going better though. All right. I think I'm seeing on time now. G, 22 you're talking about? 22 was G, yeah. So 23. So now let's do some cross multiplication, right? So let's do cross multiplication. 10x is equal to 25 times 5, which is 125. Now divide by 10, divide by 10. How do we divide something by 10? Just go to the left one, right? So take the decimal, imaginary decimal, move it over here. So that becomes 12.5 is equal to x. Good job, guys. So that's E. Moving on, 24, right? 24. 24. 140% of 70 is what? Well, 100% of 70 is 70. 10% of 70 is 7, right? Just take the decimal one to the left and multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. So 40% is equal to 28. 70 plus 28 is equal to 108. Obviously, there's a lot of ways you could... Wait, what? 70 plus 20 is equal to 98, not 108. Sorry, guys. Obviously, there's a lot of ways you could do this, right? You could just do 1.4 times 70, but personally, I thought this way was a little bit better. 23J, 24, 25C. Yeah, 25 is C. Good job, guys. 23J? I got E for 22. 22, E for 22? How do you get E for 22? E. These questions are asked for CET. Who's not the actuary? Not entirely sure. Okay. All right, 23 is E. I don't know if that means J in your language alone. 25C. 23 is equal to D. No, guys, 23 is equal to E. 24 is H, yeah. Now over here, we have number 25, right? 25, well, what do we do? 1 pint. Okay, guys, 25 is C. Yeah, that's a good job. But all right, let's see what we could do. All right. Now, see this. So we have 1 pint. Now, that's fine. So we have 1 pint over here. Now, keep in mind, we have 2 quarts minus 3 quarts, so we can get negative quarts. We can't do that, so we have to borrow. So I'm going to make this 4 gallons. And how many quarts are in a gallon? Well, 4 quarts are in a gallon, right? So since 4 quarts are in a gallon, I'm just going to add 4 here, and we have 6. 6 quarts minus 3 quarts is 3 quarts. And 4 gallons minus 1 gallon is 3 gallon. 3 gallon, 3 quarts, 1 pint. C. Good job. 25 is C. Good job, Lalone. 26. In the fraction xy divided by z, the value of z is doubled and the value of x is halved. The value of the fraction is what? Well, okay. So x is halved, y is kept the same, and z is doubled, right? So we have half to, well, the only real change is half divided by 2, right? Half divided by 2 is equal to half times 1/2, which is 1/4, right? So which answer is just 1/4? Divided by 4. Everyone got that? That's the only real change. That says 2z, not zz, by the way. Got it? I see everything. I see everything. You're here. Okay, guys. Moving on to practice S4. Is everyone here? Right, just use the Q&A. I want to make sure my Q&A is updated. Maybe I should go all over here and that would help. Does that change the Q&A? Is everyone here, guys? I'm scrolling down. Is everyone here? All right, guys. Is everyone here, guys? I'm not sure if everyone's here. Is everyone here? Just double checking, guys. Doesn't hurt to double check. G for 10. 10 is G. What 10 are we talking about? Who is Sanatha Chari? I'm not entirely sure. I remember yesterday said that the Hangouts were public, so maybe that's how. Okay, let's continue, guys. All right, come on. All right, so again, we're on practice S4 now. Right, we're on practice S4 now. Very exciting. So, yeah, I'd say we're almost halfway done. We have only one more day left, though, and we have 2 hours left in the session. So let's try to speed it up a little bit. All right, but you know, contra is always most important. Yes, Lalone, QRSUT is the first paragraph. Good job. Let's see, going to paragraph 4. What the heck? Okay. All right, yeah, good job. Yeah. So we know what we think of skiing and skating as sports, but they did not start out that way, right? And again, it says they did not start out that way. So how did it start out? Well, it's going to talk about it over here, right? As long ago as 2 or 3,000 BCE, skis were used to see. So we have as long ago, so that kind of tells you, that this is the start, this is the inception of skis and skating, whatever, right? That's what Q is first. So let's read it in its entirety. Skis were used to get around in snowy Scandinavian countries, and skates provided for quick, easy transportation on frozen rivers and lakes, right? That's wonderful. Now, after Q, we can talk about R, right? The earliest skis, which, continues on about the topic about the earliest items, right? Y, Q, and A, what happened to chat? Oh, everyone's using the chat? Oh, I know that there's a chat feature enabled. I just didn't know if everyone... Yeah, so just to catch up, yeah, so we have what? So we have the earliest skis, right? Again, connecting onto the fact in sentence Q, the earliest skis were made of large animal bones strapped to the feet, as we know from a 5,000-year-old pair in a Swedish museum, right? So that's second. After Q and R, we can look at S. Skis were used by the Scandinavian soldiers as long ago as 1200 CE, right? So here it says the earliest skis, and then we keep on, moving on the narrative, and here it talks about what? How skis were used by these skis, right? Not these skis in particular, but skis in general. When were the first time that they were used in this context, right? As early as 1200 CE. After we have that, by the 18th century, on much improved equipment, skating was taken up for sport, followed by skiing on wood skis in the 19th century. So it's moving on from 1200 CE all the way over here, and then here it says, as an end during World War II, this is one application of wooden skis. How do we know that U precedes T? Because the end of U it says followed by skiing on wood skis, and that precedes T because in T it says long wooden skis. Everyone sees that? Okay, good job. I don't think we're using the chat. I don't know what Mazette is saying, but is anyone using the chat? There is a chat feature enabled, but to Samaya's question, if we're ending late or not, we are going to end at 3. Unfortunately, I would love to keep on going with you guys. We do have tomorrow to catch up, and if we don't have any technical difficulties, we should be able to finish it up because Arco is the smallest and shortest book. Obviously, would not be able to do that for the Kaplan books, but yeah, that is cool. We are, however, yeah, so we cannot, we are going to finish promptly at 3, right? Because, it takes me like 30, 40 minutes to get to RQM and I have a class to teach at 4, right? So, yeah, that's why. But tomorrow I might try to hold you guys over a little bit late, just in case we don't finish. All right, let's move on. Grammar paragraph number 2, the answer was UTRQS. Right answer is UTRQS. So let's just go over that. A serious flaw in our supposedly democratic electoral system is the cost of winning a campaign, right? Now, historic legislation designed to correct this abuse. Well, what abuse? So that obviously can't be Q. How about R? Unfortunately, the bulk of this money, what money? Can't be R. Well, okay. Moving on. S. The current campaign finance reform bill by no means assured of passage or even to so it does manage to squeak through. As by no means assured of passage. Well, what current campaign? Why are we talking about the current one? We've been talking about the past one. How about T? By 1994, whoa, way too recent. Each candidate running for election or re-election to either house must solicit advertising money in ever-increasing amounts as costs go up. Good. So this directly connects to the idea of cost of winning a campaign. That's why U is 1. Right, let me just double check that. 4 is G. Yep, there's 2 J and 4, but the correct one is the second J. We'll see. All right, so after U, we can have T or, well, I'm just gonna give you guys answers U, T, R, Q, S. I just wanna make sure you guys know that. You can look it over, just in quiet. I'm just gonna look over. Number 3 seems like all of you got. How many numbers are in the circle, and also in either the triangle or the rectangle, but not both. So it can't be this one. So we have triangle or rectangle. So 6 and 7. And 3. So we have, I believe we have 3 numbers, right? 6, 7, and 3. So that makes the answer C. Let's take a look at number 4. Bill and Fernando are taller than Tomas. Hernando is shorter than Bill, but taller than Fernando. So we have how many people? We have 4 people. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, let's draw diagrams, tallest to shortest. Bill and Fernando are taller than Tomas. So we have Bill or Fernando, and they're both taller than Tomas. Hernando, okay. Hernando is shorter than Bill, but taller than Fernando. So that must mean that Fernando is also shorter than Bill. So Bill, Hernando, Fernando, and Tomas. Whoa. And which answer says that? That one. Where is that J? Got it? Not G. Got it, guys? All right, cool. We can keep moving, right? Draw diagrams, and then you're good to go. All right, let's keep moving. Again, another logical reasoning question, right? Another logical reasoning question. Which 3 letters said in the proper order would mean dinner at 7? Whoa. So that means we have to figure out what dinner is, we have to figure out what at is, and we figure out what 7 is, right? Now let's take a look at the law. The letter representing word is not located directly above the word represents. Usually it's not. Well, that's kind of like, saying maybe. And that's a weird instruction. I've never seen that instruction before. All right, so let's try to do this. So let's look at dinner. Where is dinner? Well, dinner is in the 3rd sentence and the 4th sentence. Well, also in the 1st sentence. Almost missed that. Which letters are common in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th sentence? Well, how about V? Nope. How about R? Well, there's no R in the 3rd sentence. How about W? There's no W in the 3rd sentence. How about P? Yes, P is in the 1st sentence, P is in the 3rd sentence, and P is in the 4th sentence. P is not in the 2nd sentence, and there's no dinner in the 2nd sentence. So that's perfectly fine. So P must be dinner. Right? What else do we know? Well, we also know that we have to find at. Well, where is at? At is here. Anywhere else? At is here. At is here. So what's in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th? Well, how about V? V is here. V is here, so it could be V. Anything else? How about R? R is here. R is not here. How about W? W is not here. How about P? P is not in the 2nd sentence. How about L? L is not in the 2nd sentence. So we had what? So we had, I believe, R. No, we had V. Yeah, V is in, so V must be at. 5, yes, 5 is D. Congratulations, Lalone. And how about 7? Well, where's 7? 7 is only here, right? Yeah, so, 7 is here also. So we have 7 in the 1st and 2nd sentence. Which letters are in common in the 1st and 2nd sentence? Well, how about V? Well, we got V was in the 4th sentence already. How about R? R is only in the 1st and 2nd sentence, right? R is not here, and R is not here. How about W? W is not in the 2nd sentence. How about P? P is not in the 2nd sentence. How about L? L is not in the 2nd sentence. So our answer must be R. R must be 7. So we want dinner at 7. So that's P, V, R. And Lalone got that. Answer is D. Congratulations, guys. All right, now you guys remember what we do for the reading comp, right? 6F. Yes, good job, Frazana. Sorry, I could have spent some time on that. Yes, guys, 6F. Alright, remember what we do for the reading comprehension? Each person does a question. So that means Farzana should not be doing any more questions. Everyone else should step up to the plate. Right, guys? Come on, let's do some more. Come on, guys. Let's work through this quickly. Reading comprehension. Look through the passage and figure it out. Also, nowadays, well, not nowadays, but now, I want you guys to provide some support for your answer. So, like, give me, like, where in the passage it states your answers. It's always a positive. Got it, guys? So do that also. I want everyone to participate. Step up to the plate. Yep, that I love that. Shafeen, where's your answer? Guys, I hope we're all working on the reading comprehension, guys. Come on. I'm not seeing any answers yet, but don't rush. I want the answers to be correct. 6 is F, paragraph 3. Good job. But I believe Farzana did that already. Okay, so we have 8 is H and 7 is C. Good job, Naima. 7 is C. Good job. 8 is H. How can 8 be? Let me double check with that. Can you provide support for your answer, Lalone? Nine is C. Good job, Farzana. Okay, so we have 7 is C. Okay, that's correct. All right, guys, we can move on from that passage, I believe. I believe we can go on to passage. So we can go on to number 10 through 13. That would be helpful. Okay, Lone, for which question? Nine is C because of paragraph 1. Yep. Good job, Frizana. Number 8. Paragraph 7, lines 37, 39. Let me just double check on that. Eleven is D. Good job, Lone. 12 is J. Good job, but let's always make sure we provide support when we give our answer. I'm not as interested in the correct answer as I am also interested in support. Good job, Nisat. 11 is D. Remember what I said, Lalone? 11 is D. Good job, Nisat. But remember what I said, Lalone? You have to provide support. Everyone else, come on, step up to the plate. I'm so upset that people like that Pashpita. You know, I thought the online experience was cool because you could have people like Pashpita be in that session, but Pashpita's not in the session. Okay, good job, Lalone. 13B, good job. Good job. Yeah, Lalone. Good job. Mazed. Is Mazed still here? Mazed. You're bored, Lalone. All right. Alright guys, should we move on to math? Are we done with everything? Let me double check. We did 11, I believe. 13 is B. Good job. Oh, we finished everything. 14 is J. Are we moving on to math already? Alright, we're moving on to math. Okay. Okay, Fazana. Alright guys, let's move on, right? Alright, so let's see. 14, yes, what Lone said, oh, where is Mingmore? Mingmore, were we able to get Mingmore in the new one? Mingmore, are you there? 14 is J, 15 is C. Good job, guys. Yeah, very quick questions, right? 4 minus 7, negative 3, absolute value, minus, right? 3 minus 8, negative 5. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3, minus absolute value of negative 5 is, well, 5. 3 minus 5 is negative 2, so that is J. 15, 1/3 of a number, so 1/3 of x is 12. What is 1/2 of the same number? Well, let's first try to find that number. Multiply by 3. Multiply by 3. So that number is 3 times 12, which is 36. Now half of that number, well, half of that number is equal to 18, obviously. Got it, guys? Yep. So that is C, 15. C, good job, Sanjita. Good job, Shafin. Mingmore, we missed out on Mingmore. Okay. All right, guys. Hopefully tomorrow's a little bit better. So 16. I thought today we're actually on schedule, even though we had the technical difficulties. All right, so let's just keep on going, guys. It's replying to a text to my boss. All right. 14 is J. Yep, we restopped it. 17 is A. 15 is C. Okay, yeah, 16. The number of values closer to 1. Well, we kind of have to figure that out, right? Well, we obviously know that 0.89 can't be it because it's more than. It's farther away than 1.09. We know that 9/10 is 0.1 away. That's only 0.09 away. So 9/10 are the running. We know that 1/8 is 0.125 away, right? And that's more than 0.09. So we can cross out F and we can cross out G. So that leaves H. Got it, guys? I think Mingro left because he got bored. Well, he stayed home. Well, don't worry. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have the technical snafus tomorrow, so everyone is there tomorrow. We honestly we're on schedule. Even though we had the technical difficulties, we're still on schedule to finish the book by end of tomorrow. Okay. 18, you got G. 18 is G. Good job. 17 in the figure above, PR is equal to QR. What is the measure of angle X? Well, pretty cool, right? Well, we know, again, we have the isosceles triangle. So the sides opposite isosceles triangle, opposite congruent sides, are congruent. So see how that's 20? That's opposite this congruent side. So the angle opposite this congruent side is going to be 20 also. Now we know what? 20, 20, that's 40. A triangle is 180 degrees. So that's going to be 140 degrees. Now, supplementary angles, right? Supplementary angles, well, that's going to be 40. Now 40 plus 90 is 130, and that's going to be 50. Everyone got that? 17 is 50. Moving on, 18. 18, oh, 50 is over there. Okay, 66 and 2/3% of 2/3 is what? Well, okay. Well, a couple ways you could do this. That's pretty much saying 66.66% of 2/3 is what? We know that's 2/3, so we're finding 2/3 times 2/3. 66 and 2/3% is pretty much asking for 2/3 of a number. right? So 2/3 times 2/3 is 4/9, so we're left with 18G. 19B, good job, Frizana. A little bit ahead of us. 19. Well, how would I do this? Well, I'd break it down to prime factors, right? So we know that that's going to be 7 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 2 times 2 times 3. Breaking down to prime factors, 21 is going to be 3 times 7 times 5 times 2. Now, 5 times 2, 5 times 2, 7, 7, 3, 3. So what's left on the top? Well, 2 times 2, 4 times 3, 12. Everyone got that? 19 is B. All right, moving on. 20, what is some of the odd factors of 30? Well, let's write down the factors of 30. Well, 30 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Now the odd factors, well, that's 1, 3, 5, 15, and that's it. 15 plus 5 is 20, 20 plus 3 is 23, 23 plus 1 is 24, which is K. All right, guys, let's keep moving on, right? All right, so 21. What is the value of a cubed over b squared? We'll plug it in. Plug in -2 for a and plug in -4 for b. So that's going to be -2 to the third power divided by -4 to the second power. -2 to the third power, -2 times -2 is +4. That +4 times -2 is -8, right? So it's going to be -8 on top. -4 squared is just 16. All right, don't worry, Lilon. I'm going to explain 17 and 18 in just a second. So -8 divided by 16 is 1/2. Well, -1/2, not 1/2. Got that, guys? 21 is C. 17 and 18. You want me to explain that again? All right. Well, look at this triangle alone. Look at this triangle. See how this is an isosceles triangle? See these two lines over here? I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. See these two lines over here? That means that this side and this side are equal. That means they're the same length. If they're the same length, that means that the angles opposite them are the same size. So this 20 degrees is opposite PR. That means that 20 degrees must be opposite QR or OR because the sides are the same size. Now we know that a triangle has 180 degrees. 20 plus 20 is 40, and that leaves angle PRO to be 140 degrees because 140 plus 20 is 160 plus 20 is 180. Now we have supplementary angles over here, right, at angle R. The left-hand side is 140 degrees, so the other angle must be 40 degrees. Now that's 40 degrees. Well, angle PSR is a right angle. 90 degrees, the right angle is 90 degrees, plus 40 is 130 degrees. Well, since a triangle is 180 degrees, x must be 50 degrees, right? That's how we got that. Moving on to 18. When someone asks you for 50% of a number, that's pretty much asking you for half of a number. When someone asks you for 66 and 2/3% of a number, that's pretty much asking you for 2/3 of the number. 2/3 of 2/3. In math, of means to multiply. So 2/3 times 2/3 is 4/9. Sorry for Zana that you're getting bored. We have to go back 2 questions in order to, help out along. All right, let's move on. All right, guys, 22. How are we doing, guys? 22. All right, 22. We have 9. 9 minus 3 over x is equal to 4. Well, how do I solve for this? Well, subtract 9. Subtract 9. Negative 3 over x is equal to 4 minus 9 is negative 5. Multiply by x. Multiply by x. Negative 3 is equal to negative 5x. Divide by negative 5. Divide by negative 5. Negative 3 divided by negative 5 is just 3/5. Negative divided by negative is positive. So 3/5 is equal to x. 22 is F. Alright, guys, let's move on. Number 23. What is the perimeter of the parallelogram shown above, right? What is the perimeter? Well, we have to kind of find all the sides to be a perimeter, right? Well, we know that that's 5 plus 12. So that's 17. That's one side. Opposite sides in the parallelogram are equal, so that's 17 also. Now, how about this? We'll take a look at this triangle. See this? See the triangle? We have 12 on the width, 5 on the height, and now we have the right angle. Well, there are something called Pythagorean triplets, right? You should know 3, 4, 5, and a common multiple of that is 6, 8, 10. You should also know 5, 12, 13, right? So you should know 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, and 7, 24, 25. These are pretty much Pythagorean triplets, right? And you have to kind of remember them. And the idea is that multiples of these numbers work also, right? So multiples of these numbers work also. So the idea is that if 3, 4, 5 works, 6, 8, 10 also works, and that's the idea, right? Now, these are side lengths of right triangles. So in a right triangle, if your two legs are 3 and 4, your hypotenuse must be 5. In a right triangle, if your two legs are 5 and 12, your hypotenuse must be 13. Well, two legs are 5 and 12, so our hypotenuse must be 13. Everyone sees that? So that's 13. If that's 13, again, opposite sides in a parallelogram are congruent, that's 13. 17 plus 13 is 30. 30 times 2 is 60. Got it, guys? That's cool. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on, right? Let's move on. Obviously, we're gonna work through the books today. So, 24. Define the radius of a circle. Whoa, what's happening? All right. Define the radius of a circle whose circumference is 60 inches. All right. Now, we have to find the radius of a circle whose circumference is 60 inches, right? What's the first thing you do? Well, we know that 60 inches is circumference, and how do you find circumference of a circle? 2 pi r. So 60 inches is equal to 2 pi r. So what's the first thing you want to do? You want to divide 60 by pi, well, 2 pi, right? Which one says divide 60 by 2 pi? Because when you divide 60 by 2 pi, we're left with radius, right? And G says that. Got it, guys? Got it? Moving on, number 25. A carpenter needs 4 boards, each 2 feet 9 inches long. If wood is sold only by the foot, how many foot must he buy? Well, we know he needs 4 boards, so 4 times 2 feet is 8 feet. 4 times 9 inches is 36 inches. Right? So we know what 36 inches is. 12 goes into 36, well, 3 times, right? And we have that 3 feet there, and 3 feet plus 8 feet is 11 feet. 25 is C. Moving on, number 26. The approximate distance, as in feet, that an object falls in t seconds when dropped from a height can be found in using the formula s is 16t squared. In 8 seconds, the object will fall. What do you think you're going to do? You're just going to plug in 8 for t. So do that. S is equal to 16 times 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. 8 times 8 is equal to 64. 64 times 16, well, that's a little bit complicated. But I believe we have, I think it's going to be 1024. Let me just double check that. I'm just going to use a calculator actually. 64 times 16 is equal to 1024. My instinct was right. 26 is G. Good job, guys. Let's move on. All right, looks like we're done with practice test 4, right? Looks like we're done with practice test 4. We're done with practice test 4. That's always wonderful. Now we're moving on to practice test 5, right? All right, is everyone with me? Is everyone here, guys? Everyone here? Just making sure. Naeem, can you zoom out a little? I did. I just zoomed out a little without looking at that comment. Haha. All right, is everyone here, guys? Everyone here, guys? Moving on. Right, we're good to go. Practice test 5. All right, guys. Finally, the internet is pretty stable and everything else is still working just wonderfully. Everyone good, guys? Everyone good? Is everyone well? Come on, guys. Maybe put your names there. Say I'm here or something so I know that you're listening. Waiting for you guys. Guys, who's here? Come on. Guys, who's here? Hi, Nisat. Oh, I'm tired. I'm here. Samaya. I think Fazana and Laloni here too. Okay, good job. Alright. Wonderful. Let's get back to work. Okay, we're here. Alright. Let's move on. Practice S5. Wonderful. We're not doing so terribly, actually. We're not doing so terribly. Alright. Let me get that up to speed. Okay. Hi, Shafeen. Alright. Let's continue. So, let's see what we have here. We have all heard of plea bargaining or copying a plea for criminal defendants, but perhaps we are all confused about what it just entails. Oh, hi, Naima. I'm here. Cupcake. Wonderful. Okay, so now obviously, we can kind of assume what this paragraph is going to talk about, right? We can kind of assume it's going to talk about what happens at the end, right? We are confused about what it just entails. So we might just talk about what that plea bargaining or copying a plea, process entails, right? Let's take a look at what happens first in the process. You're sleepy, Farzana. Well, guess what? We only have about 1 hour and like 10 minutes left. That's not too bad, actually. Right? That's not bad at all. All right? That's not bad at all. All right? And guess what? To make matters worse, I actually have to teach a class from 4 to 6. And then, and then I have some grading to do and that kind of thing. And then, and then we do this all again tomorrow, guys. It's wonderful. And we do this for the rest of the summer. Obviously, the experience will get better as, we kink out the technical difficulties and that kind of thing. But, for now, it's okay. All right, guys. So we're confused about just what it tells. So we know that it's going to talk about the process, right? We know this ground paragraph is going to talk about the process. So let's look at, what's the first part in that process? What's the first step in that process? Q, supports of the system. What system? Or in return for this favor. What favor, right? This favor seems to suggest that that this, well, obviously it's referenced before, and we don't know what favor, so obviously R can't be first. So let's continue. S, and still worse. And still worse. What's worse? We don't see anything worse in the topic sentence. That's why S can't be first. T, to lighten the caseload handled by business course. Okay, that's cool. The prosecutor offers the defense attorney an opportunity to plead guilty to a lesser charge rather than taking the case to a trial. Whoa, that should be first because it explains what copying a plea is. Got it? I feel like I'm in university with a 6-hour lecture. Ha 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 ha. It's not that bad, guys. Trust me. You guys haven't gone to college. Trust me. College lectures are much more boring. All right. So after T, we can say Q. Supporters of this system, the system where, to lighten a caseload, the prosecutor offers the defense attorney need to buy cat litter. Whoa. I think it's raining outside. I'm like I don't know. I believe it's raining. It could be raining. Maybe it's because my things are dim, but okay. T, so after T, we have Q. Supporters of the system argue that it allows the district attorney to more accurately tailor the punishment to the crime, possibly because the confession itself indicates remorse deserving of consideration, right? That's cool. So after T and Q, we have S. And still worse to many is that serious criminals are getting off too lightly in courts. Wonderful. Let me just double check this. Supporters of the system argue that it allows. Oh wow, Mazad. Sounds treacherous. Okay, supporters of the system argue that it allows the district attorney to more accurately tailor the punishment to the crime, possibly because the confession itself indicates remorsing. And still worse to many is that serious criminals are getting off too lightly. Hold on. I don't entirely believe this is right. Because in return for this favor, I think should actually come first, right? Because return for this favor, because a favor is being done here. The prosecutor is offering a defense attorney a lesser charge, right? So that shouldn't be second. That should be second. In return for this favor, the prosecutor will recommend a lighter sentence than the defendant would receive if found guilty by the court. Hooray, made it. Hi, Tasneem. I believe Tasneem had to walk through all the links that we set up, right? And that's always, very complicated. All right, so in return for this favor, so we know that T and R are a pair, right? They pretty much explain the process of copying a plea. After that, we can talk about Q, right? Q says supporters of this system, right? Supporters of this system. The system talks about, the system where, the prosecutor offers the defense attorney a letter charge because of the heavy caseload. So after T, R, Q, then you can introduce the opponents, right? And then once you introduce the opponents, you can say S, which says still worse, right? And they can say still worse. And then, still worse, and go on with what the opponents say, right? So this all makes sense. TRQUS. Whoa, everyone's excited because Tasneem is here. Haha, I feel like I'm in a university with a 6-hour lecture has 3 thumbs up. Trust me, a university 6-hour lecture is much worse. Okay, number 2. Wonderful. Tasneem, let's get some work done. Take out your Peterson's book. We're on practice S5. All right. Now, number 2. Recent studies indicate that a commonly accepted principle known as the contrast effect works in the sphere of person-to-person attraction. Wonderful. So what do you think we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about contrast effect. Cool. Number 2 starts with T, and it according to the principle, what principle? The principle of the contrast effect. The difference between any two objects is exaggerated by the order in which they're presented, right? So we start off with T. Wonderful, Tasneem. Let's try to pay attention and get out our Peterson's book. We're on practice S5, number 2. So you start off with T. According to the principle, the difference between any two objects is exaggerated by the order in which they're presented. So after T, we're going to move on where? Well, let's take a look at Q. For example, presented with 2 pots of different weights, lifting the letter 1 first makes the other one seem heavier. Whoa, and this is exactly an example of T, right? Where the difference between any two objects is exaggerated by the order. And that is precisely what's illustrated in the example that Q gives. My neck and back hurts. Your book didn't come in yet? How did your book... Don't you have your sister's book? Use your sister's book. Okay. For example, presented with 2 letter pots of different weights, lifting the letter 1 first makes the other seem heavier than it actually is, or would seem lifted first. Right? So we have T, Q, and then after T and Q, we can have S. In the same way, if there's a beautiful girl at a party and a merely attractive one joins her, that second one will seem almost homely by contrast, right? So again, explaining that principle that was introduced in T, right? It's another example, just like Q is. In the same way, indicates that it comes after Q and not before Q. So after that, we should have R. This effect, the effect that's illustrated in the examples Q and S, influences our... Okay, let's stop getting off topic. Whoa, your book didn't come yet. Well, that's really upsetting. If you guys went to RQM yesterday, like I went to RQM yesterday, to get the wire to charge the tablet so it wouldn't die again, we actually had a couple spare books, so you could have, emailed me or something. I could have, been there. This is making you tired. Yes, I checked in that extra. I believe we did have 1 extra book, at least, because... Whoa, okay, your sister's into Peterson's. Well, she should have it. I believe, everyone has it. Okay, back to work. So this effect, the effect that's illustrated in Q and S, influences our evaluations not only to strangers, but also to our close friends and family members, particularly when we see them exposed to someone new for the first time. And then we can end up with 5, and it commonly distorts our view, right? So that adds on to what R is saying. Moving on, logical reasoning, guys. Come on, let's stop getting tired. It's not that bad, right? 155. Come on, this is a little more convenient than being at the center, right? All right, number 3. Sib is the mother of Reg, and Mos is the brother of. Just name. I knew you were talking about your sister. And good job, Alone. All right. So Sib is the mother of Reg, and Mos is the brother of Sib. So Sib, mother of Reg, and Mos is the brother of Sib, not of Reg. So Mos is uncle, 3SD. Everyone sees that? Brother of mom, uncle to the son. All right. Number 4. All rats are animals. All animals have eyes. Some animals have red eyes. Which of the following is always true? Well, F. Some rats have red eyes. Well, not necessarily. Just because some animals have red eyes, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that some rats have red eyes, because all of the rats may not have red eyes. G. No rats have red eyes. It also doesn't suggest that either, right? We're not sure if rats have red eyes or not. It just says some animals have red eyes. H. All rats have red eyes. Well, definitely not. We're not sure about rats and their red eyes. All rats have eyes. That is true. Because since all rats are animals, they're all part of the group animals, and all animals have eyes, then that means that all rats must have eyes. Yeah, guys, I know that studying when you're fasting is, quite a bit, but, try to deal with it. Or bear with it, whatever it is. What would be the following code for the fraction 5? Well, this is a Google Hangouts for your question, just name. This is a Google Hangouts on air, which would mean that yes, people can talk with a microphone. I haven't enabled that yet because I still have to test that feature out. The idea is that people can talk with a microphone, but a lot of times microphones have echo and you have background noises and that kind of thing, and everyone else can hear those background noises and that kind of thing. So it's usually not a good idea unless everyone has like microphones that have some kind of sound canceling, noise canceling feature or something of that sort. What would be the code for the? I mean, yes, the technology is available where people can talk with microphones and webcam technology, but I'm not entirely sure if I should implement that now or no. What would be the code for the fraction 5 over x over 7? What would be the code for the fraction 5 over x over 7? What kind of nuts is this? We can skip this question. I don't think that SHSAT would ask a question like this. 5 over x over 7. Let's move on. All right, reading passages, guys. All right, reading passages. Let's do it. All right. Remember what we got? Have you guys do? One person does one question. We have 6 questions, 6 through 13. So let's do it, guys. Split up individually. I'll give you guys some time, 2 to 3 minutes to read the passages. Let's work on the questions. Remember, one person answers one question, right? So if Farzana does 6, that means that no one else can do 6, right? Keep in mind that I don't just want the correct answer. I also want where the correct answer is located, because you have to get in the habit of going back to the passage. All right, guys, let's do it. Yep, alone we skipped that logic reasoning. I think that's pretty nonsense. Tasneem. Well, no, the problem with that question is not so much that I can't do it or you can't do it or one person can't do it. The first thing is that I've done it before, and the second thing is that SHSAT doesn't test questions like this. But the most important thing is that there is a typo, right? See that 5 over x? It should actually be 6 over x. And good job, Shafin. Yeah, and the question is also, weirdly worded. It should just be, how would you write 6 over 7 using letters? Yep, well, you have to work on the next one, guys. Shafina's done number 6, so let's all focus on 7 through 13. 7C, good job. Good job, Lulon. So now Lulon and Shafina done. Everyone else, step up to the plate. You should follow along a little bit. Maybe the reading will be hard to follow along because I'm having people individually do the questions, but for the math and the logic and the scramble, you should be able to follow along. 8 is G, good job for Zana. 7 is C. I believe someone did 7 already. I believe Lulon did 7, but good job, Nisat. Guys, step up to the plate is actually a pretty common American colloquialism, and solid is pretty common too. Got it is, much more common also. 8 is G, good job. Are we doing the same ones? Let me go check. Yeah, 8 is G for Zana, did that Naima. Sorry. Guys, come on. Let's not take that much time, right? We only have 9 through 13 left, so 4 questions, guys. Let's finish them. The Peterson's book is the easiest book. We should be done with the entire book tomorrow, and then next week is Kaplan, right? Make sure you you can email me at naeem@rqmtutorial.com, or you can use the chat feature or something. Make sure to let us know if you don't have the Kaplan book, right? Because I don't want to go into the same position as as last time, where some of you guys don't have the book. Also, keep in mind that we can order on Amazon. I don't know, you guys have the ability to order on Amazon also, but I don't know why some of you choose not to. Amazon is like so much cheaper than Barnes and Noble. So I went to Barnes and Noble's retail, and it's like about $6 more expensive than Amazon per book. Dynasty, good job, Frazana. I need some context though. But yeah, make sure you guys email me or contact my boss if you don't have the book, because I have 2-day shipping on Amazon, so I need to know ASAP if you don't have the Kaplan book so I can order it for you on time. Life lessons. These aren't really life lessons. Guys, come on. Numbers 10 through 13. Let's kill them, guys. Come on. 11 is D. Good job, Mazet. We're missing Mingmar. But Mingmar doesn't have the book anyway, so. Yeah, guys, a good idea. Email me if you don't have the book. Right. $13, you got D. Good job. I want support though, and then we can move on, guys. Good job, Naima. All right, guys, let's move on to the math. All right, that's cool. All right, moving on to the math. Scroll down a little too much. All right, guys, here's the math. All right, Frazana. All right, guys. So, which fraction is the greatest value? So we're looking for the largest fraction that's going to be the closest one to 1. That's easily going to be 8/9. Got it, guys? It's only 1/9 away from 1. 3/4 is 1/4 away from 1, and that's larger than 1/9. So 1/9 is the smallest number away from 1. That's why H is the correct answer. This one's not so hard. All right, moving on. 15. Which of the following is an irrational number? An irrational number is like a number that you can't express as a fraction. Right? Which answer choice is that? Well, clearly E, right? E can go on forever. 33 and 1/3% is 33.333322223, right? And that is a fraction. Well, that can be expressed as a fraction like 1/3, because that's a repeating decimal. Even though it's non-terminating, as in it goes on forever, it's repeating, so we can express it as a fraction. So that's perfectly fine. All right, guys, moving on. Number 16. For what value of x is 2x plus 3 equal to 3 times 3 times parentheses x plus 4? Obviously, easy algebra, right? 2x plus 3. Well, we can distribute the 3, right? We can distribute 3 to here and distribute 3 into there. That's left with 3x plus 12. Subtract 2x. Subtract 2x. We're left with 3 is equal to x plus 12. Subtract 12. Subtract 12. Negative 9 is equal to x. Let's move on. 17. 14 is H. Good job. 17. The diameter of a circle whose circumference is 47.10 inches is, okay, so circumference in terms of diameter is what? Pi times diameter is equal to circumference of a circle, right? Well, pi, they want us to use this 3.14, so 3.14 times diameter is equal to circumference of a circle. What's the circumference? 47.10. Divide by 3.14, divide by 3.14. What's my diameter equal to? Well, here's the idea, guys. I'm just gonna use my calculator, but obviously on the actual exam, you would actually have to, know how to do it by hand. Whoa, that didn't work out. So 47.10 divided by 3.14 gives us 15, right? 15, nice number. So our diameter must be 15. 17 is E. Not too difficult, guys. Moving on to number 18, the least common multiple of 2, 3, and 4, and 6 is, well, this is the smallest number that all of those numbers go into, right? So I'm thinking 12 because 6 goes into 12, 4 goes into 12, 3 goes into 12, 2 goes into 12. 24 works, but it's not the least common multiple, it's just the common multiple, right? So always go up. Start with the smallest and go up when you're thinking about least common multiple. 4 doesn't work because 3 doesn't go into 4. 8 doesn't work because 3 doesn't go into 8. So 12 is your answer because 3 goes into 12. Moving on, number 19. Square 1 has an area of 49 square inches. If each side of square 2 is 3 times as long as each side of square 1, then what is the perimeter of square 2? Well, square 1 has an area of 49. That means that each side is 7, right? Now what? If each side of square 2 is 3 times as long, yep, 18 is H. Good job, Nisa. So if each side, so 7 times 3 is 21. Just give me 1 second, guys. Something urgent popped up. Okay, so we know that's 3 times 7, which is 21, right? So that's the side of square 2. So a side of square 2 is 21. Then what is the perimeter of square 2? Well, what's 4 times 21? 84. Got it, guys? 84 inches. 20. 4 hours never felt so long. I feel brain dead. Ha 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 ha. Well, that's because you're staring at a computer screen. No, it's asking for the perimeter, not I don't know how you get 147. All right, 19 should be 84. Got it, guys? Keep in mind that we know that since the area of square 1 is 49 inches, the side is 7. That means that the side of square 2 is 3 times as long. So the side of square 2 is 3 times 7, which is 21. 4 times 21 is 84. Let's move on, guys. Well, obviously it's going to rain. My room is getting really dark now. All right, 20. Toby drove her car at an average speed of 220 kilometers per hour for 3.5 hours. How far did she travel? All right, guys. So this one's not so bad. We know that 220 kilometers per hour for 3.5 hours. So 220 times 3.5. It's just going to be 3 times 220 is 660. A half of 220 is 110. Add them up, we're left with 770, which is G. 20 is G. Got it, guys? So 3.5 I just multiplied, right? Why? Because that's rate. 220 kilometers is rate, and that's time. Rate times time is distance. Right? Distance equals rate times time. We should all know that formula, right? We should all know it. Distance is equal to rate times time. What is the next number in the sequence? Well, this is interesting, right? Well, let's try to find the sequence. So we have what? 0, 0, 1, 3, 6, right? Well, let's take a look. From 0 to 0, we're adding 0. From 0 to 1, we're adding 1. From 1 to 3, we're adding 2. From 3 to 6, we're adding 3. From 6 to 10, we're adding 4. So, what we add for the next number? Well, we add 5, right? We add 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. Let's move on. It is going to rain. It's probably going to rain, guys. Oh, whoa, my iPhone didn't get that alert. Hmm. 21 is A. Yes, Shafin, 21 is A. Hudson, New Jersey. We're not Hudson, New Jersey. So 22. Maybe one of you guys are in Hudson, New Jersey, but that's another story. 22. If 4/7 of a quantity is 24, then 5/6 of the same quantity is right. So 4/7 of a number is 24. So I'm going to try to find that number. Well, if 4/7 of a number is 24, well, what if I divide that by 4? Well, I'm going to get 1/7, right? So we know that 1/7 of that number, obviously 4/7 divided by 4 is 1/7 of a number. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Now let me try to get the entire number. I'm just going to multiply by 7. So that number, 6 times 7 is 42. Now I want to find 5/6 of that number. So 5/6 of 42. Well, 6 goes into 42 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. J, guys. I actually didn't get that flash flood warning, guys. That's pretty upsetting. Just double checking my phone. No, all I got was an Amber Alert for like some 290 days ago. Okay, moving on. 23. If 9/20 lies halfway between 2/5 and x, then x is equal to what? Well, let's take a look. We know that. So imagine it this way. We have 2/5, and we have 9/20, then we have x. And these two are the same distance. Right? Oh wow, it looks like it's going to rain pretty heavy, guys. My room is like pitch dark, almost. Alright. Now, let's try to find the distance from 2/5 to, guys, let's pay attention to that SHSAT, right? Well, now let's take a look over here. Look, we have 2/5 to 9/20, right? We have 2/5 to 9/20. Let's try to find the distance, right? So we can multiply this by 4. Multiply this by 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 8/20. Well, 8/20 to 9/20 is just 1/20. Yeah, I'll go back to 21 a little on. So the distance from 8/20 to 9/20 is just 1/20. So let me just add 1/20 over here, right? Add 1/20, and we're left with 10/20. 10/20 is just 1/2. That's A. 21 alone. Yeah. So see how we have 0 to 0? We're adding 0. Then 0 to 1, we added 1. So think about it. 0, 0, 1, 3, 6, 10. 0 to 0, add 0. 0 to 1, add 1. 1 to 3, add 2. 3 to 6, add 3. 6 to 10, add 4. So 10 to the next number would be add 5. Got it? So that's 15. No, I knew Tasneem was here a while ago. Me and Tasneem interacted. Tasneem and I interacted, not just me and Tasneem. Tasneem and I interacted. 24. The distance from A to X is what? Oh, guys, you guys. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have a tough time getting to RQM, but all right. Now, we talked about a question like this before, right? Did we? No, this one's easy. What, is it easy? Yeah, this one's easy. We didn't talk about this question. So this is easy because take a look. We're looking from A to X. Oh yeah, we do have the thunder. Okay, so guys, take a look. We have 1, 1, and then we can draw the dashed line. Now, what do we know in a square? A square is composed of two special right triangles, right? Which are the special right triangles? 45, 45, 90 triangles, right? So square is composed of 2 45, 45, 9 triangles. So if that's 1, that's 1, and that's 1, and that's 1, what's this diagonal, guys? Radical 2. X, X, X radical 2, that's H. My bad, I meant 20. Okay, we can go back to 20. Toby drove her car at an average speed of 220. Oh, for this one, you just have to remember that rate times time is equal to distance. So we have a rate, which was 220 kilometers per hour for 3.5 hours. So rate times time is equal to distance. So I just multiply 220 times 3.5. 220 times 3 is 660. 220 times 1/2 is 110. Added them, and I got 770. That's it. All right, guys. Let's see. We're not bad on timing, actually. We've actually caught up. 25. After we finish practice at 6, we should be done for the day. All right, and then we can move on, do 7 through 10 tomorrow. Actually, we didn't even have to really finish practice 6 today. We should still be on time, even if we don't. A motorist travels 120 miles to his destination at an average speed of 60 miles per hour, and then returns to the starting point at an average speed of 40 miles per hour. His average speed for the entire trip is what? Guys, remember this. Average speed, let me just zoom out a little bit, is always equal to total distance over total time. Guys, remember that. Total distance, total time. So, let's take a look. We have 120 miles to his destination. We have 120 miles to his destination, and we have returns to the starting point. So his total distance is 120 plus 120. Now we're looking at total time. Well, if he's going to go to his destination, he's traveling 60 miles an hour, and he's traveling 120 miles, so that's just 2 hours. Right, 120 divided by 60 is 2. There is 100, guys. Yes, cool. Now, he's going that same 120 miles in 40 miles per hour. So if we do the division, 120 divided by 40 is 3. Right? 120 plus 120 is 240. 2 hours plus 3 hours is 5 hours. 5 into 240 is... So it doesn't necessarily have to be until 3, just within the range of 11 to 3. Yeah, that's right, Disney. So, what's 5? What would get us the answer for that one? D, right? 240 divided by 5 is 40 miles per hour. 25 D. Alright, guys, moving on. 26. A snapshot measures 2.5 inches by 1 7/8 inches. It is to be enlarged so that the longer dimension will be 4 inches. And the length of the enlarged shorter dimension will be, well, just do some division. What's 4 divided by 2.5 so we know what we're multiplying by? Well, that's going to be 4 times, well, 2.5 is 5 over 2, right? 2.5 is 5 over 2. So that's going to be 4 times 2/5. That's going to be 8 over 5. Right? So that's our factor of dimension. So that's how much we're enlarging by. So I'm just going to multiply 1 7/8 times 8 over 5. So what's that? 8 times 1 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15 over 8 times 8 over 5. 15 times 8 is... Oh, wait, we can do some division, right? 8 crosses out, and 5 into 15 is 3. So we're left with 3. 3 inches, guys. Oh, that thunder was loud, and just name 6 hours is brutal. Alright, guys. So we just finished practice test 5. We're at 2:24. I don't want to end early because, yesterday ended early, and, you don't want to end too early. So we're just going to keep going. Alright, guys. Alright, so we're back on practice test 6, guys. Enough of the play chatting about whatever is going on in the Q&A session. But let's start focusing, right, guys? We're in practice test 6. We have completed half of the book, right? And we should complete practice test. The goal is to try to complete as much of practice test 6 today as we can, and then we'll finish the rest tomorrow. Got it, guys? All right. So let's do the grand paragraphs. I feel like I'm in a university with a 6-hour lecture. It's 5 thumbs up now, but okay, or 5 pluses, whatever that is. All right. So we have what? Number 1, a belief for more accurately superstition or accepted. Let me see what I can do here. I feel like 4 hours in RQM is shorter than 4 hours online session at home. Well, yeah, that might feel to be the case because 4 hours at RQM, you're moving, your eyes are moving, we're doing different things. But 4 hours at home, your eyes are fixed at the same thing, so you get tired. Imagine if you stare at the same thing. Eight hours. Oh. Alright guys, you guys want to end early? I mean, we could end early, but I don't really want to because yesterday we ended early and there was let's see. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're just gonna work through the verbal part of this, and then after that we'll end. Got it, guys? We'll work the verbal part of the practice S6, and then we'll end. All right? That should be okay. So, all right. So number one, a belief, or more accurately, superstition, accepted worldwide, is that a fresh chicken egg will balance on its broad end only on the first day of spring. Right? Now, we know what. So we know that this is accepted worldwide. So what's the first thing we have to do? What's the first thing we have to do? Well, we have to figure out where it started, right? We're looking at origins, right? And then maybe we can go on, and maybe at the end we'll get like a legacy sentence, right? So Q makes a good starter. Q makes a good starter. It seems to have started in ancient China, where oddly enough the first day of spring is sometimes in February, long ahead of the vernal equinox, right? After Q, we have R. Strangely enough, the superstition not only persists, but also occasionally bears itself out. Some eggs do not balance. Whoa. Well, let's take a look. Over here it says, well, R makes a second sentence because superstition not only persists, and it refers to that over here. No, I didn't have enough. My eyes are ready to fall out. We don't have a break for online. We don't have a break for online. Oh yeah, we also don't have a break. We don't give you guys a break. Well, let's see, guys. Let's just finish a little more, and then I guess we can go. Right? Come on. I know it's tiring. Because I'm teaching also. Right? All right. QR, and after QR we have T. Convincing explanations for the occasional success include the motivation of strong belief or the possibility that the standing egg has been placed. Right? So again, talks about the balancing eggs. After that, less convincing. So after we talk about convincing explanations, we can talk about less convincing explanations. So that's 4. And then why not experiment this yourself? Good legacy. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm thinking about giving break for online sessions then. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. But today we had so many technical difficulties at the start that we pretty much we caught up though. So that's not bad. All right, number 2. You may have been on a city street, a bearded man carrying a sign announcing the imminent end of the world. Any city, any street, one of the many men. All right, so this is kind of like a weird scrambled paragraph, right? But let's try to pay attention. Let's try to focus. You may have seen on a city street a bearded man carrying a sign announcing the imminent world. Any city, any street, one of many men. So there's like a lot of people that carry signs. So maybe they'll give examples. Maybe they'll explain why. And Q makes a very good starter. That man, one of many men, may be merely paranoid, but predicting the end of the world has been a favorite pastime of religious groups and serious things like. Okay, now guess what? They're probably going to give examples. So which one is a good example? S. And the reason why T doesn't work is because there's another respected scientist, and we didn't mention a respected scientist yet. So we're going to start off with S. And then once we mention that respected scientist, we can mention another one, QST. And then what? Likely caused the world's demise. At about the same time, the Club of Rome, so same time as the 1997, no, actually not 97, 1972, we can have that as U. And then when the club referring to the Club of Rome, we can have that as 5. Let's see that. Well, that is well, that should be 2. That should be 3. That should be 4. And that should be 5. No, everyone can have a break for. Oh, it's definitely raining pretty hard, guys. All right. Moving on, let's do this. Questions 3 to 5, some logical reasoning questions, right? Alright, on the planet of Orgo, there are only liars and truth tellers. You send a radio message in the Orgonian language. QS2, or good job, Samaya. So you send a radio message in the Orgonian language, and it is picked up by an Orgonian radio operator. Let me just close that up, make sure. It's a rainy day name, so we're not just feeling it. We'll focus more tomorrow, Sai. Alright, guys, you guys want to end now? Let's end now. Right? I don't think anyone's focusing, so we'll end now. Right? It's good to be focused when we do this. Alright, guys? I'm gonna end now, ending 30 minutes early. Alright, it is raining outside, so I don't know what you guys will do. Maybe take a rest for 30 minutes, right? Yeah, we're gonna end early. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, promptly at 11. We shouldn't have any technical difficulties. I'll try to, make sure there's no technical difficulties earlier, make sure the internet's good, make sure the charger's tablet's fine, whatever other problems we'll fix tomorrow. Got it, guys? We are ending early. I will see you guys tomorrow. I did put up I'll explain Samaya. We are ending early. I did put up all of your grades on the online accounts yesterday. I know I promised Saturday, and I know it's stretched until Monday. But what can I do, right? Because on Saturday I missed the deadline because I was out getting ARCA books for those who don't have, and obviously we still weren't able to fix that. And then on Sunday, I guess I was just busy, and then on Monday, I caught up. But okay. Yeah, your grades are there. It's not too bad. Alright. Now, tomorrow I am gonna give you guys a break. Tomorrow I am gonna give you guys a break, right? I am gonna give you guys a break tomorrow, but I think we'll still finish. We're on schedule. Got it, guys? I will give you guys a break tomorrow. Alright, guys? Or do you guys want to break now and then come back? Alright, guys. I'm gonna end the broadcast. Alright, email me if you don't have the Calvin book yet. That's pretty important. Or if you're, if you don't have it yet, you should try to get it now, because in terms of shipping and that kind of stuff, you don't want to leave that until the last moment. Alright, guys, we are ending now. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me see how I can end this thing. Alright, guys, when you're tired, honestly, you take a break, right? I think that's the best thing. Yeah, so you guys are done. Alright? Have fun. Feel free. You guys are good to go. Alright, bye. Have a good one. I'm closing it. I'm ending it now, guys. Any questions, you can email me. I think that's the best way to reach me, right? You can email me at naeem@rqmtutorial.com. Oh, also, guys, just to keep handy, whenever you have technical difficulties or whenever something happens, right, the best way to reach me is via email or the chat feature on the website, right? Those are two great ways to reach me, right? Because both of them link to my phone, right? So my phone is turned on its own or whatever, right? The best way to reach me whenever you have any difficulties is the chat feature on the website and email. Either or work, right? Try to keep those in mind. Alright, guys, bye.